What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. You know, I really do try to stay away from Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn conversations. I've actually made videos that I just didn't even release because, you know, it's so hard to continue to say things and not have anything good to say about people. But what can you say, man? Anthony Joshua comes out and says something absolutely ridiculous. Eddie Hearn comes out and says something absolutely ridiculous. And I just wish they would shut up and go fight Dillian White like they want to, and stop trying to save face with the media about Deontay Wilder. We know you don't want to fight him, man. Okay, and no matter what you say, every time they come out, they say something more and more ridiculous. So I get this note yesterday, right? And somebody says, hey, man, Anthony Joshua offered Deontay Wilder $20 million, $25 million for the fight. Is he going to take it? And my thought is, okay, let me go see where this was said and what was actually said, because just on his face, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I did it. And then when I was doing that, I also run into something that Eddie Hearn says about how if he was Deontay Wilder, if he was Tyson Fury, how Tyson Fury should be asking for the lion's share of the money in a rematch. And I'm like, man, are you just going to, do you dudes just, where do you get this stuff from? Where do they get this stuff from? Anthony Joshua is now like Anthony Hearn. So anyway, I'm going to go over these two things. I'm going to shoot holes in both of them, okay? Or at the very least, as far as the $20 to $25 million offer. That's why, like, man, I'm not taking that crap seriously. And there's plenty reasons not to take it seriously until proven otherwise. Okay. And as far as Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury getting the lion's share of the money for a rematch with with Deontay Wilder, and how Deontay Wilder isn't a pay-per-view star because he needs somebody else to fight with him. Dude, everybody on pay-per-view needs somebody good to fight with them. Everybody needs that. You can't have a pay-per-view standing in the ring by yourself, obviously. And that is the case throughout the history of pay-per-view. When fighters fight good fights, they're on pay-per-view, and in the US, their pay-per-views do well. If they don't fight somebody good, their pay-per-views don't do well. That applied to Floyd Mayweather. That applies to Manny Pacquiao. That applies to Canelo Alvarez. It applies to everybody in the United States. We're not coming off $75 for any. A million people are not coming off $75 a pop for a fight that they don't know about, where they don't not interested in the fighter. What you get is about 300,000, 350,000, which is exactly what Deontay Wilder got against Tyson Fury, who for some reason people in the UK keep acting like people in America know. Deontay Wilder was on pay-per-view by his damn self. He was on pay-per-view by himself. Anyway, before I go into that, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And please hit the bell icon so you can know when we do the live streams in the morning after Trill Boxing Talk. So let me get into what the first part of this, which is Anthony Joshua. This is what Anthony Joshua said. And then I will tell you why I absolutely put no weight in it whatsoever. Okay, speaking on Sky Sports, Joshua said, why not? We've had a lot of time. I fought in September. His fight with Fury was in December. What's being good is I said to Eddie, can you get in contact with their team even though they're fighting? You don't have to get Wilder involved. Just get get in contact with their team so we can start looking at future events, because booking a stadium like Wembley, you can't do it in just 8 or 10 weeks in advance. You have to do it months in advance. We booked the date, we booked the revenue. Now we just need to get down to the nitty gritty. He added, for me, the likelihood of this happening with Deontay Wilder, right, is what he's talking about. For me, it's 100% because the venue and the date is booked, and we're looking at doubling the rewards of anything he's ever been rewarded for a prize fight. But it's up to him. Let's say I'm 50% of the way there, and all we need is for him to fill in the rest, and then we'll get a good fight. Okay, so I assume that this is where people would say that that's between $20 and $25 million, okay? $20 and $25 million because he got between $10 and $15 million for his last fight, right? Now, first of all, you got to assume that Anthony Joshua knows how much money he made, which I doubt he does, okay? Anthony Joshua is not Shelly Finkel. He's not looking at the profit and loss on that fight over there. He doesn't know how much money that guy, how much money Deontay Wilder makes. And for him to be out here fronting like he could possibly know that is whatever. But here's the thing. There's three reasons why I don't put any credence in this. One is Anthony Joshua's credibility. Anthony Joshua's the guy that said he was going to take $50 million and then he said, I'll tell you what, you put this on the table, you give me $50 million, I'll sign the contract. He got $50 million, he didn't sign the contract. Okay? That means Anthony Joshua's credibility is shot. All right. Once somebody reneges on an offer that they made, why in the world would you believe something that they say the next time? That's the whole thing that's why Anthony Joshua should probably just keep his mouth shut. But one thing is his credibility. He said crap like this. He said crap like this in the past. Two, the actual ability to pay that much money. Dummy, if you go 20 to $25 million in that fight, that's a 50-50 split. Just say 50-50. How would you say we're going to give him $20 to $25 million for the fight, but you won't give him 50-50? Did Eddie say this? Did your boss say this, Anthony? The fight's gross. A fight with Vladimir Klitschko grossed about $50 million. Grossed about $50 million. So you're going to say that you're going to give him $20 to $25 million? Are you going to guarantee this? $20 to $25 million guarantee because you're not on a percentage, you're on a flat? You're talking smack. Anthony's talking smack without knowing the numbers. He can't afford to pay Deontay Wilder $20 to $25 million guaranteed money. They can't afford it because they might go belly up in the fight. Okay? Because other people have to get paid. So if you're talking about Wembley, April 13th, if you use the numbers from the Vladimir Klitschko fight, which grossed right about $50 million gross, and that is assuming the inflated numbers that you typically get on the internet are true, that means they could not have afforded to do that for Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko's purse was reported at 13 million pounds, which is probably somewhere around $16 million. Anthony Joshua made somewhere around $16 million. How in the world are you going to do $20 to $25 million for Deontay Wilder? You can't afford it, okay? And the next thing is your desire to do it. I don't believe that they want the fight because when they say, listen to what he says. Eddie, can you get in contact with their team like or at future events? But then they went on ahead and booked the venue. That venue was booked before and if I recall correctly, that venue was booked before Deontay Wilder signed up for fighting Tyson Fury. Before. Because they came up with those dates not too long after he announced that he was fighting with Povetkin. The 3-fight deal, the 3 line, what is it? What did he say? Wembley now has a 4th lion. They had already negotiated those dates. So I'm not sure that Anthony Joshua was even being honest here about the timing he's trying to imply took place for that April 13th fight. We knew he was fighting on April 13th before he fought Alexander Povetkin. So what are you talking about? Dude, this dude is a clown. But anyway, man, to the last part. Now, could they offer $25 million? It is possible that they could offer $25 million. The only way that I could see them offering $25 million flat fee to Deontay Wilder is if somehow they got DAZN to foot the bill. because that would mean that that fight was going to be on this paper. It was going to be on the zone in the UK. I got to assume that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are going to want everything to go their way, which means it's not going to be on US pay-per-view, obviously, because it would be in the middle of the afternoon, but they would want to have Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua on the zone. So it means the zone would have to fork up another how much ever more money, to make that work. Now, since DAZN gave Canelo Alvarez $30 million, and they're the type of cats just to throw any old type of money out there, it seems, hey, man, maybe it could happen, dude, but I'm not going to take it on the word of Anthony Joshua, all right? Because, again, Anthony Joshua's credibility is blown, okay? And but for somebody coming in and putting in a ton of guaranteed money, guaranteeing Deontay Wilder's purse, I don't believe that shit they have the money for it. And then lastly, again, I don't think that he wants to fight. I don't believe that he has the desire to do it. But then, hey man, this thing about Anthony, I mean, I guess I don't have enough time in this video to go on to off about Eddie Hearn and Eddie Hearn saying that Tyson Fury deserves the most money in a rematch. Dude, stop trying to crap in other people's soup, okay? This dude, Eddie Hearn, will say anything he possibly can to disrupt a Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury rematch, because that means that the tension is off of Anthony Joshua for that much longer, because they'll screw around and have a trilogy on him and take the center stage in boxing for the next year and a half, which might just screw up his plans. But there ain't no way on this planet Tyson Fury deserves the lion's share of the money for a rematch. And why would Tyson Fury even do that when Deontay Wilder gave the dude 50 cut it, I think it was 50-50 that they cut this last one. Why would Tyson Fury even do that? Anyway, it is what it is, man. These dudes are annoying, and with that, I'm out. Peace.